If you have a brown skin tone or phenotype, here's some things you can do to really optimize your tone. And I'm talking about some niche things that conventional looksmaxxing may not pay attention to. So whether you're Indian, Pakistani, Arab, South Asian in general, anything brown, these tips are going to help you, so you better watch to the end. For context, my name is Barclay. I've ascended from an absolute chopped chud with zero confidence to someone who's much more confident with their look, their physique, and overall lifestyle. I've been making content in this whole looksmaxxing glow up space for over a year. And when I tell you that these tips are going to change your life, trust me, they are. Let's start with some cosmetic things. We're talking about threading your eyebrows. Trust me when I say this, your eyebrows are the most underrated feature on your face. I know a lot of dudes like to do the DIY shaving when they pluck the unibrow or they take a straight razor and trim away. But why don't we take a page out of women's beauty and actually start to get that shit threaded? I'm telling you, it is game changer because number one, none of us are professionals at getting our eyebrows threaded. Number two, you're investing in your overall health and beauty. Why not invest in yourself sometime? So get that shit threaded. So what you're going to go and ask her is for a natural cleanup, and they'll understand everything. They know you don't want thin eyebrows, and all they're going to do is get rid of the stragglers above and below your eyebrows. The next thing we're going to need if you really want to ascend as a brown individual is having a thick neck. And when I mean thick neck, I'm not talking about your chin being recessed and all the way tucked back, but something that's more defined that really helps frame your frame. You're probably building muscle way too quick, and I am proud of you, but something that we're not compensating for is our neck, because if you have a skinny neck and a jack physique, you're just going to look uncanny. You're going to look like an ostrich, and it is not ideal. If you actually want to combat this, all you have to do is put a weighted plate on your face, lean against the bench, or you can do this on your bed too. So then you're going to put something heavy on your face, and essentially it's tucking your chin up and down. And what this is going to do is really help get a defined neck, because the neck is like any other muscle. You have to work it out intensely, and you are going to reap the benefits and results. And the next thing we're talking about, if you really want to optimize your overall presence online as a brown individual, and you really just want to be the best looking, you know, macho, Chad, whatever it may be, you have to start social proof calibration maxing. And I know this sounds like a bunch of AI slop, but let me explain what it is. Essentially, it is just LARPing on Instagram. I thought it sounded cool to say calibration, but anyway, I made videos on LARPing in the past. All I'm going to say simply, because we're covering other things, is that when you're LARPing on Instagram, you cannot try too hard. You cannot be posing like you're a model, because most of the time, none of us know the right poses that an actual model would do. So we're just going to look stupid. We're going to look like we're trying too hard. And what we're going to do to combat this is go to Pinterest or go to TikTok and find someone that you like who is posing and has good poses and is stylish. Copy some of my photos. I'll be more than happy to help you guys there. And what we're going to do here is really just find the poses that we like, and then essentially add our own little twist on it, because we are original. We are all one of one. And that is going to be how you calibrate. You know, you're not trying too hard. You're not confused when it comes to posing on Instagram, and you're just going to look great. Remember, you're not supposed to uncannily show your jawline, smile a little bit here and there, because rather than mogging, people have to see you as more trustworthy to really build those connections. The next thing to really ascend as a brown individual is trimming the unnecessary. And when I mean this, I'm talking about anything that is not necessary for your looks. Some people tend to develop ear hair, shave that. Nose hair, shave that. I know it's gross, but you just have to be well groomed. I get sparse hair on my arms and it doesn't grow properly. So I shave my triceps, and this is going to help me look more defined in the gym. And I don't care if someone calls me out, oh, do you shave your arms? Well, yeah. Because end of the day, I don't want little stragglers on my fucking arm. As a brown boy, you may wear glasses, so what glasses actually fit your face and fit your frame? And we are talking about glasses maxing here, and I'm not going to tell you that this face shape is going to help with these type of glasses, because that may be true, but everyone's faces are different. Some people have different angularity of their jaw. Some people have higher cheekbones. Some people have a protruding brow ridge, which may accommodate other frames. So all I'm going to tell you is go to AI and upload a photo of yourself, and you are going to be sorted. And if that doesn't work, 95% of the time, you are buying glasses in person. Go with the stylish friend, or FaceTime me when you're buying glasses, and as you wear different pairs, you're going to see what fits your face. It's like any other piece of clothing. Just trial and error, try what you like, see what you like, and if you feel confident in it, that's all that matters, because at the end of the day, your confidence is more important than any type of glasses or any sort of LOOKSMAXX, because you should be content with yourself. That doesn't mean you wear a pair of hexagonal glasses, but really just find something that fits your natural face. Now we're going to be covering the things you can do as a brown boy to optimize your health, testosterone, and physique. I'm talking about vitamin D3 and K2. There's this thing in India going around of the RDA, and there's a lot of controversy because apparently the recommended daily allowance is only 600 IU, and that's completely bullshit. And of course, I'm not a medical professional, but I am competent enough to know that you need a lot more vitamin D3 to actually function in society and to really just experience the positive effects of vitamin D3. And if you're telling me you can stand in the sun and really enjoy the effects from there, that is true, but to some extent the sun is not constant. You may not live in an area with a lot of sun. You're not getting a consistent amount of UV exposure, because sometimes you could be in class, at work, and you're just not getting the right sunlight you need. So start supplementing it. And when you use vitamin D3, of course, I've talked about this in the past, but you need vitamin K2 as well, because that is going to direct the vitamin D3 and the calcium overall to your bones and your teeth rather than your heart and your arteries, because if it goes to your arteries, it could clog them, and that's not ideal. Next, if you really want to optimize your physique, here are the 3 biggest muscle groups you should prioritize. Even if you're a brown guy, I would say that these grow the best for brown guys. It is your delts, your upper chest, and your back. Because you can spam abs, or you could cope like me as someone with very poor abs. And all I'm going to say is that when you're wearing a shirt, no one is going to see your ab insertions. Rather, they are going to see your overall traps, your upper chest, your frame. And you have to look big in a shirt. The ultimate goal is to look big without looking uncanny. And the best way to do this is through your delts, upper chest, and back. And when it comes to being a brown individual, one thing that you may not realize is that you could have very skinny wrists and ankles. So what you're going to do to really optimize your physique and your frame is to wear high socks and a watch. And I know this sounds stupid, but I always try to cover my wrists because it makes the rest of my physique look so uncanny because they are so skinny and they're so frail. Unfortunately, it is just a genetic nerf. So if you are trying to fraud this, just wear the watch, wear the high socks, and no one's going to look at your ankles that often. And even if they do, it just gives you an excuse to make your arms and calves bigger. With that, it marks the end of the video. Remember, my name is Barclay. I cover anything LOOKSMAXX related to brown guys. So if you have any questions, comment down below and I will answer them. And let me know what you want me to see next. I am planning on making some type of community for you guys in the near future. So I really want to know what you guys want to see because at the end of the day, this is for you guys and I am in it for the long run. Follow for more tips.